My question to you, would potentially violence be justifiable? Was January 6th justifiable?
Well, I will say this. No, I don't like violence, and I'm not for violence at all. But a lot of people are upset, and, you know, they rigged an election, they stole an election, they spied on my campaign. They did many bad things. They did a fake dossier. Mueller was bad news.
Listen to him lie.
Yasmin, the former president is setting the stakes for this 2024 presidential bid, suggesting that if he were to not win in 2024, the country would essentially be, in his words, doomed. For Donald Trump, there is not only a campaign for president, but also a campaign to undermine and undercut the reputations of these prosecutors and their investigations. Yasmin?
Yeah, unbelievable. To juxtapose that, hearing that, to what we're experiencing here on the ground here and seeing what folks are having to do. Vaughn Hilliard, we thank you so much. I want to bring it out quickly, if we can, just to talk a little bit about this. MSNBC journalist and former federal prosecutor, Carol Lamb. Carol, thanks for joining us on this. I want to read for you a snippet of a letter from 176 former prosecutors, including 9 former U.S. attorneys, released today, condemning those threats of violence from the former president of the United States in the lead up to what might be a decision from the Manhattan DA and possibly indicting him. Part of this letter reads this: as former prosecutors, we denounce efforts to intimidate the Manhattan DA, and we call upon all to support and protect prosecutorial independence and the rule of law. What do you make, as a former prosecutor, of this, symbolic gesture? And is there any kind of legal impact to Donald Trump with these online threats that he has been making?
You know, it's funny, Yasmin, we have, as a society, we've moved in a direction that is, that would have been difficult to comprehend just 10, 15 years ago before the rise of social media. Threats against prosecutors are taken very, very seriously. They were taken very seriously decades ago, and they should be taken seriously now. But we have come to be, as a society, a place where apparently threats can be made sort of in the open without much accountability. That's really problematic, because you never know who out there is listening and who might decide to take matters into their own hands. I think the letter to which you're referring is trying to make that point, that we should not lose sight of the fact that prosecutors have a job, which is to investigate and, if warranted, prosecute those who have committed crimes. And when you start targeting the prosecutors, you undermine the entire basis of what our civil society rests on, and that is the ability to hold people accountable for their crimes. When the threats come from the political side of the House, it's even more troubling, because that means that people who have political ambitions can start using the prosecutors.
He's talking about the House Republicans,
criminal prosecutors, to bring or not bring criminal charges,
standing behind Trump,
and it takes away their independence.
Lying about the DA in New York.
Country, and I think that's what you're seeing in the letter.
Hey, Carol, just quickly here, we only have 30 seconds or so left, but what are your expectations for Monday when the New York grand jury reconvenes?
Look, we would never heard official word that there was going to be an indictment, and there's been no official word that there's not going to be an indictment. And so the fact that the grand jury is reconvening again tomorrow or later this week, whenever they reconvene, definitely means that the investigation is not over. They could be hearing additional evidence. And so it's very difficult to predict what the timetable is here. But what it does mean, if they are reconvening on this case, is that the investigation is not over, and they may well be asked to return an indictment tomorrow. We simply don't know.
We will certainly be watching closely here at MSNBC.
Trump forecast he'd be indicted last Tuesday just to stir things up. He never.
Thank you. Great to talk to you.
He had no information to that effect. He's just gathering his minions together.
Here's what it looks like in Amory, Mississippi.
Anyway, if you actually want some information about what's going on, watch MSNBC. Stay off Fox. Stay off Newsmax. Stay off the online
an issue, it says,
right-wing
is being worked on. We'll be right
BS.
back.
Have a great day. Bye now.
Hey, just